Hello, my name is H.A. Pruitt, and I'm the author of the Anathalian series, and in this video I'm going to do a book review, but it's more like a book endorsement. You'll see. So before I do it, I want to say, if you read a book, it's so important to review books. It helps authors learn about what readers want, what readers like, how their books are perceived. It helps authors spread the word about their books. That's why it's so important to review books, because the more reviews a book gets, the more the different platforms like Amazon or whatever show the book to more people. And so you leaving a review helps authors so much in a way they cannot do themselves. Please review books. So the book I'm going to review today is called, I'm in third trimester, out of breath, so I'm fine. It's normal. Okay, the book I'm going to review today is called Our Road to Trust, Interlocking Short Stories of Faith, and it's by Mary Grace Vander Kroef, and I'm not saying her name right, but it's Mary Grace, Vanderkroef. And so I did edit this book, and that is why I'm not going to do a review, because it's my job to point out things I see that could be improved upon. And so if I see something, a negative in the book, it's my problem, and you get it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what it's about and tell you what I like about the book. So, the genre is contemporary Christian women's fiction. The audience is adult women and new adult women. It deals with subjects that adult women would find more applicable to their lives. Younger women wouldn't find this book, well, like little kids and maybe tweens. Maybe tweens could read one or two stories and find it applicable, but younger women probably wouldn't, like little girls probably wouldn't enjoy this book just because of the subject matter. They wouldn't get it. Even though it has a very young character. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what is the book about? The book's set up, it's set up as 10 short stories, but they interlock. All of them go together so well that it feels like one book instead of a bunch of short stories. So it doesn't feel like a collection or random stories. It feels like one book about 10 different women. And the 10 short stories each feature a different girl or woman from the same church in the same community. So that's how they interlock. Their lives all weave together because they're doing life alongside each other. And as the stories progress, their connections become clear, and the theme of trust develops more and more. The theme of trust runs through all the stories in different ways, but it's there. They need to learn to trust God and one another as a body of believers. And so trusting each other, trusting God, trust is there, but like I said, in many different ways throughout the book. And the women in their situations cover a wide range of ages. There's a 4-year-old, there's tween, there's teen, there's younger woman, adult woman, there's middle-aged women, there's a couple ladies in their 80s or 90s, and so it just covers all age ranges. And me, I'm 30, I found all the stories in some way, even if it's in a small way, relatable. I promise I'm fine. I just have a baby taking up all my space. And each story tackles a serious struggle in a realistic way. But this book is serious. That's why I said it may not be the best for younger readers. Because it does deal with some serious things. I do say that later in my endorsement, I think. I'll say it now. So it deals with substance use and mental health and grief and things that are very heavy topics. It can get very heavy. And some topics, like taking on everything, aren't struggles kids deal with, because kids don't try to take it all on themselves. And so it's really more of an adult book. That reason. It's totally clean. If you want to, let your kids read it for whatever reason, it's totally clean and fine like that. There's no anything bad stuff. There might be 1 or 2 cuss words, but that's it. Okay, so back to what I wrote down. So, like I said, I'm not going to do positives and negatives like I usually do in reviews because I edit it, but I'm going to tell you what I liked about the story. I really appreciated the realism and how some stories dispelled stereotypes about certain struggles like mental health or substance use. every story was realistic to a point where I could relate to parts, or where I knew people who reminded me of the characters. There were several stories where I was like, oh, I know of this person in real life, this like very thing happened to. Or, oh, this person reminds me. I'll do the example with Beth. Beth was this so sweet old lady who something's happening to her health-wise. And it's a really sad thing because she's such a sweet lady. And it reminded me of this lady at my church. Just like exact same thing is happening to her. She's so sweet, so nice. Everybody loves her. And she has this health thing that just like you just can't do anything about, and it's so sad. And so it's so relatable and so realistic to the point that you're gonna be like, this is happening in my real life, different name, this person looks different, but I can see this person in my mind because it's happening to someone I know, or it's happening to me. There were so many things that were just realistic and relatable. It just feels so real. It's like Mary Grace took real people and wrote their stories and put them in a book together. She didn't. They're fiction, but it seems like it. I also loved Abigail's prayers. In between some of the stories, there are prayers by Abigail, who you don't really meet until the end, and I liked that too, how you like heard her prayers throughout this and how she was seeing everybody else going through these things, but you didn't really meet her until the end. I love that. But her prayers are written in a way, it feels so genuine and so vulnerable. It feels just like real prayers just being lifted up to God and just spoken out of just a heart overflowing, rather than, you know, sometimes people are like, Lord, thank you for this food, thank you for this day, amen. It just feels so real, like this conversation going on with God. I love reading that. And those prayers draw you into the emotion and into the relationships with the book. They just make it so much more powerful. I love Abigail's prayers in this book. Fantastic. The main message, trusting God and your community of believers, is really important in this book. Our culture is all about independence and isolation and doing it on your own and making it your own way. And we really want to feel strong by ourselves and, you know, just push through all the problems happening and not let anybody know and all that stuff. And even I've been in a really great church where I have really close friends, and I don't even want to tell people things because you just don't want to seem like something's wrong with you, you know? And this book showed how important it is to trust other people with your troubles, with your struggles, with things, so they can like pray for you and help you. You need people to help you. And this book, it just offers such a necessary reminder that we can't do life without God, and we need help and support from others so much. And I really, really appreciate what this book is saying and supporting. Earlier before this video, I was like, there's several other things I want to say about this book that's just really important and really great, and I really appreciate this book. It's not the kind of book that I would usually pick up and read. I'm not like a contemporary reader. I'm not a women's fiction reader. I don't know. I just like fantasy. I like swords and dragons. But I really appreciated this book, and I would recommend it to anyone, really. I guess guys wouldn't relate to it as much because it's about girls, but I could still see guys getting something out of it. But I would relate it to any woman, definitely. Any woman to read this and just hear the message it's trying to say, because it's really important and really true. Yeah, so there's just so much good about this book, and this book's going to come out very soon after. It's January 15th, I think, is the release date. That's when we had to review it by, so I made sure to get my review up before then. But this book's going to come out really soon, so you should pre-order it, order it, whatever you're able to do at the point that you see this video, and read it and just let the message soak in and help you live a more trusting life. There was one story in particular that was just like hitting me hard right here, and I'm like, oh, I feel this, and it was just really helpful to be editing it. The time I edited it, I was really grateful God gave me that editing job when he did, not because like of the money or whatever, but because like the story is just very necessary at that moment. But I won't spoil anything for you. So overall, it's like a serious book, but it's very important messages, and so it's very enjoyable. Like I said, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I love this book, it was so cozy to read, but I so appreciate this book. I'm so glad she wrote this book. It's a necessary book, and that's wonderful. So I gave it 5 stars because I think it's such a necessary book. So you can find it on Amazon, and you can follow Mary Grace on Instagram. I'll put her links and that stuff below So I think that's it. Have you read this book? Have you heard about this book? Do you like contemporary fiction? Do you like women's fiction? Just comment below with whatever you want to comment. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this video. Like this video. I don't know if I said that. I've got pregnancy brain. I can't remember anything. And thank you for watching. Bye. If you want to know more about Anna Thalian or H.A. Pruitt, please follow me on Instagram at H.A. Pruitt. You can find me on Amazon as an Amazon author, H.A. Pruitt. Please watch my YouTube channel and all my cool videos on my channel, H.A. Pruitt Anna Thalian. You can find me on the Facebook page, H.A. Pruitt Anna Thalian. You can follow me on Goodreads by the name H.A. Pruitt and the book Anna Thalian. Or you can go to my website where so much cool stuff about Anna Thalian is. The website is hapruitt.com. This is my belly right now, just so you know why I can't breathe.